Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This is going to be my showcase on Armor King, but without the gear. So I'll do a gear one separate because the gear is really impactful, and I'll use some crazier stuff when I do that showcase. For this one, we're not going to use the gear. This is the Tekken crossover character. Everyone will get him for free without the gear. The gear adds, and this is correct, multiply gems generated from moves will increase their strength by 22, and will look quite awesome with the King gear. It's interesting he's going from Armor King to King with the gear. Anyway, this is the Tekken crossover, the start of it. As you can see on the card art, it says Tekken 8. He's a modern era. Um, and gems do 5% more damage. He's got the stock Armor King gear and then the King gear that adds the 22 multiply that we don't have equipped. Prepare yourself for the trainer. At 35k, multiply gems generated from moves will increase their strength by 2. All color moves start with 2 more MP. This is an upgraded Mr. Perfect that everyone will get for free. Crazy trainer. You're going to want to take him to 35k without question. He is a modern era acrobat aggressive, but this is huge. This opens up lots of potential combinations that you couldn't do before with the dual color. Also, if you're missing any of the other dual colors, like Tyler Breeze, for example, to run some of the builds that require Tyler Breeze for like Raquel, JD McDonough, things like that. The Gunther, new Gunther, or I'm sorry, reworked Gunther, Tech Gunther. This kind of thing will allow you to do that. Also, there's a lot of scenarios where you can use this and then not have to use 17k Santa. So crazy good trainer. You'll want to take him to 6-star gold to get that trainer. Awesome job, honestly, by Scopely getting this into circulation. Huge props because very few people have Mr. Perfect, and it's behind a massive paywall that sometimes can take years to get. So props to Scopely on that one. That's big. So obviously Armor King looks freaking incredible. And he is a lot of fun to play. Again, this one is without the gear. We are going to start with the move damage set. I'm using 100% move damage strap and then take down 2s with the blue, right? So, yep, that's what we got for the strap to start. Move set, diving headbutt, 6 MP, 450k damage, make row number 7 into 2-turn juggernaut gems. That will increase your blue move damage by 18% for 1 turn on every countdown, and increase your yellow MP by 8 at the end of the countdown. He's got a lot of combo moves, so it kind of reads like the Library of Alexandria, but it's not as intimidating once you know what he does. But you have to, I had to play him a bunch though, so you won't have to at least. Human necktie, 6 MP submission, and make 20 random sub gems, do 1.5 mil, 3 turns, remaining turn into 1 turn countdown gems that deal 300,000 damage, but increase your blue MP by 8. So this fills the finisher, and the finisher deal 2.8 million damage and force your opponent to skip their turn for 1 turn. If it's a showboat, it also decreases your juggernaut gem timers by 2, and that's a 10 MP blue. So how we're running this is we're running with Kofi and Santa to get the sub charged up, and buff the blue finisher with Mutant Bailey. If you didn't have Mutant Bailey, you would use Pat Patterson. My free-to-play has Mutant Bailey and Pat Patterson and 17k Santa, so this is a build my free-to-play can run, right? And then blue finisher with Elias, 50% more damage. So, all right, let's show you guys what this looks like. Yeah. And keep in mind, this is a sub stun loop, so you're either subbing or stunning. Obviously 99 MP in play, not everything would be charged, but what you want to do is throw the Juggernaut gem out first, and then hit the sub, because the Jug gems, the first tick increases your blue move damage. So you can see we're at 19 million move damage, not crazy, but watch what it is after we hit the sub. And then the sub countdown gems fill the finisher up as they add blue gem damage. Or blue MP, I'm sorry. Right? So this would fill it up. Boom. And now you can see our finisher is 43 million, and we also stun the opponent. So they would be stunned. And then this would fill the yellows up. The second tick of the Juggernauts fills the yellows up. So it does recycle. So you would go right back into that loop. So pretty solid sub stun set, actually. And And there is a new plate that I'll just go ahead and throw on for this, and then I'll take it off for other builds because it works for like basically all of his builds. It's kind of cool. Not kind of cool, it's very cool. So one of the new plates you can get, I don't even know what to, let's try typing jug and see if it comes in. And one of them is whenever you make 3 or more juggernaut gems, increase your yellow gem damage and blue move damage by 108% for 1 turn. This is kind of problematic for the move damage part because it's only 1 turn, right? So it's not really going to do anything for his move damage. Probably. I have not tried that plate though. Whenever you make 2 or more juggernaut gems, increase all of your gem damage and move damage by 50% for 2 turns. So this one should work. This one shouldn't work. So we're just going to equip the basic plate, the rage state. And that we should be able to show you guys how that works, right? And so that one we should get an additional 50% move damage. Which won't be a crazy amount. Yeah, so you can see we went up just a tiny little bit. And let's hit the sub. And now you can see the finisher's doing 47 million. So basically we went up like 3 mil. Not a crazy amount, right? Now the other one adding 100% would be juicier, but it shouldn't stay. It should read, I don't know why it doesn't read 2 turns, to be honest, because otherwise it doesn't do anything for his move damage unless it's built with someone else in mind, which is entirely possible. But let's throw it on just to test in case, because I actually tested a bunch of other plates, so you guys know they won't work on later builds, and I'll kind of mention it when we get there. Okay, let's just swap. It is nice to have some juggernaut plates. Very cool. Now this one, like I said, I don't think it'll work because it only reads 1 turn. Maybe it will if there's something built into the move damage part. I can see if they wanted to make gems 1 turn and the moves 2 turn, but that probably is difficult to code. I don't know. I don't do that stuff, so here we go. So, yep, and keep in mind your finisher wouldn't be loaded when there's not 99 MP here, but it's gonna go up to 22 million, and now it'll probably go back down after the sub, I would assume. Nope, it stayed intact, actually. So that actually is working. Cool deal. So that works, and then we hit for 50 million. Even though it says 1 turn, the move damage is still working. So there you go. So that's the sub loop with King and with both of the new plates. Okay. So this is a specialty build. It's for showboats only. We're going to keep the finisher and then put 2 other moves you haven't seen in yet. And it will work specifically on showboats. Because we want the Cobra suplex. Also, the move animations are awesome. If I didn't mention it, I'm sure you guys noticed that there. His move animations are dope. So Cobra suplex, 5 MP black, 250k damage, gain 10 blue MP. Then make row number 5 into 2-turn juggernaut gems. That will make column 3 into X break gems on every countdowns. Or on countdown, and then make 7 X breaks into black. It's a lot to read. Basically, it recycles this move when it goes off, right? So, and then the Runing Cross Driver, 7 MP blue, 500k damage, make row 3 into 2-turn juggernaut gems that will make column 5 into multiply gems of strength 20 on every countdown, and then make 7 multiply gems into yellow. So think of like EO Sky. It works like EO Sky kind of, except instead of traps, it's juggernauts. And then we're going to use the same finisher, but this only works on showboats because it'll decrease the juggernaut timer. So this would be a chain stun lock on a showboat that they can't get out of. That's why I thought this one would be worth showing. So on a showboat, they will constantly be stunned and will not be able to get out of it. And we're going to switch to a gem strap. Now for the rest of the showcase. 100%er, Fury 2s, as you can see, nothing crazy. Right, and then we'll go against Taker. So this will keep the showboaty stunny lockedy. So unless there's a Juggernaut reversal or an MP up reversal, you are good to go. Then for the trainers, we only need 4 black MP and 1 for our turn is 5. That gets us loaded with woods. We're going free-to-play friendly here, but either way, 75% on big multiplies is very, very nice. And then Chelsea and what's his face here? Gunther. Obviously, because it's yellow multiplies, you would want to use Zombie LA if you have LA here. All right. Now, we're putting out 2 sets of Juggernauts, right? This fills the blue moves. Look at that animation, by the way. It just looks gnarly. I'll go to 1.25 for the rest because his animations are sweet. Runing Cross Driver. Look at that. That's really actually dope. So this is 2 sets of Juggies. So it's a lot of text to say the black is going to recycle and we're going to get some big multiply gems that are yellow. And we're going to blow up most of the board, right? And Taker's stun locked. You can see in practice, it hit for 41 million damage, then the finisher 45, which isn't crazy, right? But they are stun locked. You would recycle, and that's without plates. So I thought it was worth showing because it would be a stun lock. And then let's just go ahead and put... so the 50%er will add... I'll use both plates, honestly, guys, because I don't know how hard the plates are going to be or the gear. So maybe you'll have a chance at one of the plates or both of the plates or what. If you're wondering, no, the Nightmare plate doesn't work, and no, the X-Break plate doesn't work because it's going off the same turn as the Juggernauts. So you will get no buffage from that. I tried the explosions and the anniversary X-Break, and it won't work. And I also tried the Nightmare plate and won't work. So don't waste your currency on that. So yeah. Let's do the smaller one first, the 50%. These are big multiplies, and there's 2 sets of jugs. So we're actually getting 100% from this. And also, this is the same damage we'll do with the next build, basically just a little less move damage. Same loop, same exact damage output, and you could run the same trainers if you wanted across the board. Just, yeah. So, that is really cool. Nice cascade. Now we're up to 52 million gem damage, right? 62 million total. Without the gear, obviously, when his gear is added in, that's going to be more than double because we got multiply gems of strength 20 and we're going to 22. So, you know, you can pretty much figure out what it is. And that was the smaller of the 2, but so now you can get 200% with the bigger of the 2. And I won't put it on the next build because your gem damage literally will be the same, but I will just show you the setup that you would run all the time. So this, whenever you make 3 or more jug gems, increases your yellow gem and your blue move damage. So this would actually get his finisher really spicy too. This plate on him and his gear, I mean, yeah, that's kind of going to be a thing and a really fun thing. Look at that entrance too. That's pretty awesome. It'll definitely be a thing, and because his multiplies are so big, you don't need like the Sherrys, the Leos to hit super hard, and Howdy does nothing for him. So like, I love his design. That move is really cool. I love his design. all across the board. You can see now we're doing 10 million move damage, up from 7 with that, and this hit should be quite nice. Yeah, 52 million gem damage. Right, so 73 million pin. Not really shabby at all, right? And that's without the gears. Once you add like the gear in, that's probably like a 140 for a freebie. Yeah, so really cool. The gear won't be free, obviously. Awesome animations. All right, so this is the same thing, except you don't need to do it against the showboat, and there's no stun lock, right? And I'll throw zombie LA in so you can see the trainers, and I'll actually just leave this plate on for it. And if you're like, Mherex, how come you're not showing us without plates? Just, it's literally the same damage as the one before as far as gem goes. Literally the same. The only difference is the move damage and the stun on showboats only. And the move damage is only slightly different. So yeah, that's why I'm going with this setup. Save time, right? So we're just bringing the other finisher we started with back that reduces the juggernaut timers. That's all. Really easy to load, low MP charge. Honestly, says he's an A tier, but with everything, you know, I mean, when it's low to A, he's at least an S tier the way he plays to me. So really, really cool design. Look at that. Neck snap, suplex. Just really freaking cool. The animations are straight out of Tekken as well, by the way. Tekken 8, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But there's that crazy... Look at that. I mean, the animation takes a little bit longer for sure. I don't care in this case because it's freaking awesome. He's super fun. So you can see 56 million gem, 60 million total. I mean, you know, is really no difference with very little difference with him or not with Zombie Punk. So, all right, one more build for you guys. And this is a Leech set. Pretty decent one. Ish. Potentially. You know, if you need more healing and that kind of thing, you can have some fun with this. Okay, it must be noon. I'll be able to post this in just a few minutes since it's noon. And I will definitely be doing a gear showcase as well. But he's really two different cards depending on if you have the gear or not, right? So now, as far as the leeches go, he's got another move that I don't think I'm going to use during the showcase at all. That's the round out body press. You could use that in place of the move we're using. It's choose 8 gems, make into blue moves, the pin bar will not move. If opponent's style is defensive, make row 1 into... So like against a defensive person, you get a bunch more multiply gems. So you could use this choose move in place of this move. It's 1 MP more, but it would double your multiply strength against anyone defensive. So it's not useless, but I wouldn't use it all the time kind of thing, if that makes sense, right? So, yeah. So we're going to keep the Cobra thingamajiggy, and then we're going to bring in the Poison Mist. 500k damage, 28 random gems into Leech gems of strength 1 million. So if we get 28 of them, that's 28 million damage there. But we're not getting a lot of gem damage across the board from this either, right? So, and then it's 7 MP black move. So this one will just kind of index the Leech people, and this one needs plates kind of to be okay. And because it's the non-gear one, I'm not going super whaley here. I'll probably put EO on for you guys to see as well at some point here. But this gets you the 7 MP you need, 4, 6, 1 for your turn, because she adds 2 black MP, and then double Leech Trainer, right? And let's go ahead and remove this, because this would add only 100%, which is not a lot when it becomes leeches. Because there's no multiplies to magnify. So this build, you wouldn't run any of his plates, but there are 2 plates you can use, an ultimate and a primary, that will juice this moveset up a little bit. You wouldn't run it with the gear, though. So this one, you want to put this one out first. So the leeches this doesn't overwrite any of the leeches, so you hopefully keep as many as possible. And then the finisher is going to reduce the jug timer. It's going to cover up a bunch of leeches as well, though, sadly. And then it's going to blow the board up and recycle. And it's 35 mil, which isn't amazing for sure. But it is a decent amount of healing, and that's without plates. So you may find some use for it. Obviously, the plates is going to be the Rainbow Leech plate, which is not expensive on prize walls, which is why I wanted to show this, because I think a lot of you will have a very good chance to have that plate. My free-to-play, I believe, has it, for example. All right, game. Come on. You're trying. There you go. It's a struggling. We'll get there. And you would use the Bloodsucker anniversary plate, right? The Leech plate's not in huge demand. Striker Austin is one of the bigger ones. Some people like me will run Leech on Coco, and then Jacqueline. And then the other one that comes to mind would be Trickster Rhea. That's where a lot of the Leech plates tend to get ran for the most part. Maybe some on Zombie Bread as well. So this is the double leech, just to make sure you guys know what they do. 200% when you make leeches, so we'll get 200%. And then this, we're going to get some multiplies out there. Potentially 8 if we don't overwrite them, but that is random. I would also swap your trainers up when you get here, because you want to index those multiplies. So it's random where they land. I would do Gunther, right? For multiply, and I would do the other one doesn't really matter, whichever zombie you have, so I'll just throw Chelsea on for this one once you get those multiplies out. And this can hit okay. And like I said, so if you don't get this gear, if you don't get his gear, this one may end up on your radar maybe, or for other like survival type match things where you need to survive. We only get one multiply where it's going to get overwritten, so that's nice. And none are on loot boxes, so this I would rate this as a very strong hit. As long as we catch all the multiplies, which we should get most of them. We did miss one. And you can see it hits for about 51 million with the healing, so it's not crazy, right? But it does give you guys some potential options. And yeah, like I was saying, you could sub that other move in against the defensive person and hit the double multiply. So that's kind of king in a nutshell without gear. For his gear showcase, I'll just run him with the multiply moves though. And then go with start low and build high to some whalier stuff. It'll definitely be shorter, but he will absolutely hit. Expect to see 140 million plus easily out of him with that. But I thought this would be more useful for more people, especially early on. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the showcase, and let me know what you think in the comments, and remember to like, subscribe, and share, because that really helps me out. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Good luck out there. Yeah, King's a lot of fun. I think he's going to be really strong for you, even if you don't get the gear. There's stuff you can run very nicely, and then the trainer on top of it. So yeah, pretty big deal. My free-to-play, super stoked to get this, and so is Mherex, actually. So I plan to bring him up on both accounts, actually. But really cool start to the collab. So curious what you guys think, and hope you enjoyed this. Thanks.